How's it going, guys? Matt here with Carolina Coops. Welcome to Video Chicken. To my left is my host, Kristen Warren.
I think this one really could be a male.
Oh, we got one that's hatching? This show is for you guys. This is the bass. No, chickens are the gateway drug into homesteading.
We survived with only one trip to the ER.
It's a great straw.
Coyotes are everywhere.
It's about time you show up, Matt.
Uh-huh.
It's a great straw.
It is time, finally, for chicken police. They defecate every 12 seconds. Is that true? Now it is officially noon because the buzzer went off.
Well, I've never counted.
Long
More
road.
coops.
That's a good one with the courts and everything.
And more chickens.
Well, the math you do now, Daddy, is chicken math.
Calm down, Matt. Calm down.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Video Chicken Live. It is August 19th, 2022.
Hello, everyone.
Coming to you live from Creedmoor, North Carolina. To my left is my co-host, Kristen, who was actually in the studio waiting for Ingrid and I.
That's right. I don't know where you were.
I was dragging Ingrid by the arm to go out into the shop, out into operations, because she asked questions.
Oh.
And I'm like, Ingrid, come with me. I will show you. And this whole world will open up like in going into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
As if I've never been in the shop.
I know, but we never get to
Like I'm in the shop.
but you never
Every
ask
time.
questions. It'd be like, Matt.
Oh, she asks questions all the time.
No, she doesn't. She just walks through. And I'm like, oh my God, you have no idea. Come
I think
see.
you got an eye roll.
Come see what is going on out there.
And you're about to get a slap.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
And what the hell are you drinking?
Oh, Nan gave it to me. It's
Is it grapefruit juice or some sort
grapefruit
of...
juice. Love grapefruit juice.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
What's wrong with grapefruit
I
juice?
just don't like it.
Really? Oh, but we can eat European dandelions.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We already lost 2 people. What happened? Are you not entertained? All right, so again,
Maybe they didn't like the gecko dress.
No, the gecko dress is so awesome.
I guess those are geckos.
How's your gecko?
How's my what?
Oh, you had a chameleon. They're not the same. Sorry.
Big difference.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you very much. All right, well, welcome to Video Chicken Live, August 19th, 2022. Today, we're going to try something new for you guys.
Something new but something old.
Something new, something old, yes.
It's throwback time.
Do we have any viewers, listeners that remember Radio Chicken?
Which was such a better title.
Radio Chicken.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
I
saying
know.
Radio Chicken.
I know. I came up with it and I love it. Yes, I did. I did.
What's going on? We're losing people. People are coming on. I don't see. Where's the comments? Let's
All
turn
right,
the.
okay.
I got it. All right, there we are. All right, so we got the comments. Why'd you turn the comments off?
Because whatever. I don't.
Hey guys,
Yes.
we kind of have a situation out in New Jersey right
Yeah,
now that
yeah.
I need a little bit of assistance with, so I can relay back to the road crew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a situation. Oh my God, my mouse doesn't work. Real life situation happened minutes before the show. So we got to dive into that. But for today's show, I want to let people know that I want to go and do another hour of people calling in. And we listen to their question. And hopefully we have an answer. We got stumped on the demo yesterday. If you guys didn't catch that, I'm wondering if you had a chance to look up that answer. But if you would like to call into the show, that doesn't drive you nuts, and ask us.
Maybe I do need to
ask Kristen and I a question directly. The number is at the bottom of your screen, 919-794-3989, extension 105. So all you got to do is give that number a call. Kristen's here, right here, ready to answer it. And we got to figure some things out. Like, we're going to get an operator, I think. People really liked it. And I liked it a lot. We had a lot of fun doing it. And
that way people don't yell at me for like saying that, like, oh, you never got to my question.
Well, yes.
Well, there will be questions we don't get to.
Yes.
Right, and
sure.
then there's Ingrid made a good point when she walked in this morning. She goes, what about when the show is not live? Oh, there they are right there. So let's see if you can answer it. So we got a caller coming in already, but we do have a situation. So go ahead and answer it. that's
my
a textbook
ringtone.
cat lady.
Yeah, for
Well, answer it.
okay. Here I come.
Okay, now just put them
Oh my gosh.
on hold. How can thank you for calling, whoever you are, but we're gonna put you on hold for a second. That did not work. We're gonna get right to your so you need some shortcuts right there. So whoever you are, thank you for calling already. We will definitely get to you, but we got a situation this morning,
Okay, what happened?
and I want to know if there's call waiting also on.
Somebody's on hold.
Somebody's on hold. Well, listen, a chicken coop was sold, I believe, by you.
Right.
Fill me in anywhere.
Wasn't it a duck coop?
I don't know. All I know
That is correct. It's a duck coop.
It's a duck.
Okay, so the road crew showed up this morning to start putting it together. And this is one of the worst things to hear. I've been in this situation. And the customer goes, that's not the right color. No. Oh, we need Homer. No.
Dun dun dun.
Where's the buzzer? You got to get the, breaking news. Wait, do you remember this one?
No, I did this. I just redid that.
Oh. Anyway, so we got a
Stop playing the
situation. We
sound
need to find out
effects.
what's going on. So here's why the road crews are to travel with the paint sprayers in times like these. So I'm going to be.
How far off was it?
I'm going to be. It's not even the color.
Oh.
We're going to get into the details. All right. So, I mean, right now, I don't know what to tell you other than the coupe is white. It's supposed to be green. And
Well, we're not positive about that. I need to do a little bit of fact checking here.
as we should.
As of right now, 2 out of 4 people that I've questioned, it does not ring a bell in any way, shape, or form.
I didn't. I saw the comment. I got.
I don't know. I think that is that golden buzzer. I mean, is that's pretty good.
It's not bad. It's not
we
bad.
have to help Nan. Can we?
Oh, sorry. There was a fantastic.
Nobody cares.
comment.
Thank
No,
you, Ingrid.
you're so distracted.
What do you want me to do? You know what's happening right now?
You're squirreling.
No, I am actually thinking about the situation while
No, you're not. You
I
didn't even hear
absolutely
what
have.
she
What are
said.
you gonna? I absolutely did. She needs an answer now, but she's gonna fact check. Okay, so
And
we're gonna
what-
fact check. How is she gonna fact check? Who is she gonna call? What is the level of how pissed off the customer is right now? Are we going to even have a solution? Do we have the paint sprayer? Why did it happen? We are very good at going back and checking emails, texts, messages.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Did
doing.
we screw up? Is the customer wrong? Okay, yeah, the thoughts going through my brain are a million miles per hour. It's so intense. That is why sometimes I'm like, that's not a bad comment. And I forgot the comment. That was funny. It was
It was
pretty.
about the dogs.
That's why we don't sleep.
Yeah.
This is exactly why I don't sleep. Yes. So the dogs went running out here.
So bring in the comments so
All right.
people can see.
All right.
it.
So we have a caller on hold. While you are figuring this out, we're gonna go ahead and get to the caller. Let's see. We just press right here, and this will be the first official Video Chicken caller. Good afternoon. You are live on Video Chicken. Who are we speaking with? Okay. Well, this is kind of like yesterday. And
no, I had the volume down.
Oh, that's right. You have the volume down.
Let's see. Does that help?
All right, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. All right, are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Oh, hey, how are you doing? Who are we speaking with?
This is Adam.
Hi, Adam. And Adam,
Am I
where
on,
are
like,
you?
a live show or something?
You are on a live show. Maybe he didn't mean he didn't know he was calling in on Video Chicken.
Huh.
It might be actually a sales
Oh,
call.
It is a sales call.
Is this a sales call?
Yeah, I thought I hit the. Yeah,
No.
Yeah, 'cause
hit that button for sale.
we didn't think this through at all.
Well, we're not thinking this through at all. Well, Adam, thank you for calling. You actually are live on the air, so we can direct you to a sales girl if you would like, or a salesperson.
Or do
but
you have a chicken question?
do you have would you like to start a sales call live on the air? Would you?
Sure, I don't care. I had a question. If you guys, I've seen you guys do a coupe where it's like a coupe shed combo.
Oh yeah.
And I was calling to get some information on potentially doing something like that with the one that I saw you guys build. It would have had a few obstacles for us because I think the mower in that one was a little bit smaller. So we have a zero turn that we're trying to fit, as well as some other yard equipment. And we're hoping to maybe get some help with designing that and pricing on something like that.
100%. This reminds me of the coupe we did in Rhode Island, if I remember correctly. Where that was a funny
That's the
story.
one I was looking at, yeah.
Yeah, so the husband and wife, this is one of the times where I talk about we had to save a marriage. We saved a marriage because we figured out how to combine the shed and hen house chicken coop in one. To the level, and I have the drawings. And, a lot of people don't know this, but Evan, our designer, is amazing at drawing everything up in SketchUp to the T, all the way down to the husband of that one coop in Rhode Island. He went out and measured his snowblower. And we were able to bring in his snowblower in the drawing. And it was just, they were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So, Adam, we absolutely can do that. If you got a 0-turn, a 61-inch deck, or whatever it might be, we can actually draw it up in SketchUp in 3D and bring that mower in there so you can actually see it. And we can almost not quite, but almost hop on, turn it around and whatnot. And whereabouts are you located?
Well, we're in Connecticut, so just a little bit closer than Rhode Island.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So we absolutely can do that for you. And how soon are you looking to have a coop by?
It's not so much that we're looking to have the coop. It's more so that we're looking to have the shed. We know we want a coop, so we're like, we just moved to a new house a couple of months back, and we had chickens there. We left the chickens with the buyer, so they have our chickens now. We're like, all right, we want to do a chicken coop again, but we need to move like one of our garage spaces is sort of like our workshop area, or we want it to be that. So we need all of our yard stuff to get out of there and go into a shed, but we don't want to have multiple sheds on the property, so we'd like to have one thing. So we're like, this is the time to do it. Get the shed coop combo thing now, and then once we have it, we'll put chickens in it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, we have examples of that kind of chicken coop on our website under Craftsman Coop. So you can start looking there, and then we use that as a baseline and customize from there.
Possibly, but I tell you, the Craftsman and the shed coop are two different coops.
Okay.
Because there's a lot more room of shed storage than there is actual hen house, where the Craftsmans tend to be 50-50. But Adam, let's if we could, I can have Kristen or our sales girl give you a call back. Our show's about an hour long, and because we're experimenting taking live callers again, we just defaulted to extension 105 for custom coops. So you did the right thing. That's why he's like, am I on a show? Yeah, so you'll get a kick out of it. We do a weekly live show. It's called Video Chicken, brought to you by Carolina Coops. And we do this because we have so many people that have questions, just chickens in general, coop building in general. And I like to...
Yep, and you'll be able to hear this on a podcast later.
Yes. So actually, can you just transfer him maybe to Mackenzie?
She's on the phone.
Okay, can you transfer him to Nan?
I
know Nan's dealing with something right now, but Nan is listening right now. She can get your information, and we'll give you a call back later today and get things going for you.
Sounds great.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
What's that?
You did not bring a chicken. Did you bring another chicken into the studio?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Or is that your phone? All right, well, that was interesting. All right, so Nan needs help. She's doing fact checking. I can only imagine how upset the road crew is right now. Painting out in the field is a nightmare, especially in the Pacific Northwest. Like, we may never paint coops again in the Pacific Northwest. All right.
This is Jersey that this coop is in, right?
They're down. Actually, I can look it up right now. They're down by Philly, Jersey. Let's see where they are.
It is New Jersey.
Yeah, they're in Medford, New Jersey right now, right outside of Philly. Oh, boy. So we got to get that. The consumer is not wrong. At the end of the day, go ahead. Oh, no. This is probably another sales call. But no. You take the call. Put them. What are you doing?
We want to take video chicken calls, not just regular calls.
But is that not extension 105?
No, it's not. It's option 1.
Well, then you got to stop me like you just did. All right, so that's another sales coming in. All right, so this is going to be a mess. We'll definitely get that figured out. Did someone pick that call up? Of course not. We should have taken it anyways. But at the end of the day, we will always make things right. Now is that extension 105?
No.
What are you doing? These are people calling.
I'm sorry, I'm on a live show.
Okay, if that rings again, we're taking it.
Is that the main number that people are calling?
I don't know how this works.
So maybe they're doing that and they just didn't hit the extension. Well, no, it's got to go somewhere, right?
Yeah, they're calling, and of course, because Kristen is sales, and that's the extension we have for the phone. Oh, wait a minute. We need to go back. Something just occurred to me. Thank you. The ticker is
go.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. So maybe I should have changed and logged in on Ring Central on my computer. You do have a chicken.
What?
Do you know, I was getting yelled at this morning by Nan going, you literally have shit in here and you guys need to clean it up.
I don't see any.
I'm like, this.
Oh, you mean in my necklace?
Why does that smell?
Oh, well, let's see.
No, hold on. What is in there? Did it? 903. That's Texas.
Huh. Wait, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, go ahead. What could go wrong?
Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Hello?
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Carolina Coops. You are live on the air on Video Chicken, and I'm hearing a lot of dinging. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I sure can. I'm not sure what is. That must be a hold call coming in.
It is.
I apologize. You are actually live on the air, so I'm not sure if you're calling to ask us a question or if you're calling for a sales call. We're a little. You do have a chicken in your purse. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, you brought the what's the frizzle's
brought the
name
frizzle.
again?
Okay. Well,
His
hold on.
name is Francis.
Francis. Okay, here's a perch bar. We have a caller on the line. May I ask your name, please?
Oh.
My name is Yusvi, and I am calling from Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles, California. Are you calling on a sales call, or did you have a question for us at Video Chicken?
No, I have a question. No,
Yay! All right.
Chicken question.
Oh, nice. All right. What was your name
I
again?
wanted to follow you guys. I saw you at the gardening when you guys did the Coupe in San Diego. So I saw that video, and then I started following you guys on Facebook, and now I'm here. But I have a general question about. It sounds kind of echoey. I have a question about the Coupe. So if I want to order a California Coupe, let's say this week, I guess my question is, what's the turnaround time of when it would arrive all the way here to like Los Angeles area?
Great question. Let me tell you why that is a great question.
Because
Truth be told, now we're just, because it's a live show. What I like to do is just, I mean, it's as real as it gets. And when we have this meeting every week in the staff meeting, and that's one of the most popular questions, what's our turnaround time? What's our lead time right now? Sales needs to know. When the customer calls, we need to have an answer immediately. Sales is all about delivering with confidence, accuracy, and
with the right color.
And the answer right now is like, get the right color. The answer right now is we actually don't know. But let me explain why we don't know exactly. It's for a good reason. Since we have bought, oh, this is killing me. Yeah, we need to get an operator. So put that. Okay, good. Whoever that was. Okay. We are gaining on the schedule tremendously.
Even for Carolina?
For everywhere. Okay, yeah. So certain Coupes are getting caught up. Some are getting caught up quicker and slower. So, but right now is when I would say, if I took a sales call, I would say, okay, I don't know right off the top of my head. We have this master schedule that is fluctuating faster than ever because we are getting certain Coupes out faster. So with all that said, and I'm sorry, what was your name again?
UC.
UC.
I know, it's a different name.
Okay,
yeah,
no problem.
YUSVI.
All right, perfect. So this is where I would say, and we have Kristen from sales sitting to the my left. And do you know the answer right now for if someone was to order a California Coupe to California?
Was it Carolina?
Oh, you said Carolina?
No, I said California.
Oh, she did. I don't know. 'Cause
I feel like I should have got the golden bell there. Is that wrong?
No way. All right, I'm guessing December.
No, we don't guess around here. There's no more guessing. We work so hard.
Because nobody knows.
No, but we do know. All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
man.
Watch this. Watch.
You're
No,
gonna
this
make
is
him
why this
insane.
show. But this is why I love the show, because I hope people are entertained. Going, this is real life. How things are.
Things are being moved around behind the scenes.
They
That's
are.
why we
They
don't know.
are.
Usually
But-
we would.
So here's the professional answer back. You see, how soon would you like your Coupe by?
Well, right now I have 1 week old baby chick.
Okay, congratulations.
In the back. And it's been a heat wave here in the 90s, so they don't even have like, they're not even under a heat lamp because it's so freaking hot here. But I guess I don't know when I would even need to put them into a coop. Like I have questions about that too. Like when do you bring them in?
Great
from,
question.
Like, being in the brooder area to an actual coop, I guess is the other question too I have.
Okay, so that's why we a lot of times we get questions, we return with a question because more questions come up, and this is our job is to kind of answer those questions for you to help make the best decision for you. So the average answer, I'm going to say industry standard, and Kristen's like, who makes these industry standards? 5 to 6 weeks is the most common time to take your young baby chicks, your young hens out to the chicken coop, but what determines it ultimately is when they have all their adult feathers. That's ultimately what we're looking for. And then, of course, that answer can be different for different people around the country. Yeah. So you're in Los Angeles. I mean, it's just heaven there as far as the weather. Down to San Diego, it's just amazing out there. And you could, like you said, you didn't even have to have the brooder lamp right now. But, there's ways to tell if the baby chicks are warm enough or not. But the average answer would be 5 to 6 weeks. So then the next question is, well, if I order a California Coupe, will I have it here in time? I would assume, right?
Yes.
All right. So let me try something here real quick. Carrie, come in, Carrie. All right. So Carrie does scheduling here, and Californias are built between New York and North Carolina right now. So I'm curious.
On lunch break.
Oh, I can't believe people have to eat.
Who allows lunch breaks around here? Over. All right. So, all right, and Anon is already on the other line. So if you were to, so here's what we'll do, Yusi. One, thank you so much for calling. Again, congratulations on your baby chicks. What we'll do is, if you could email us your information, and then as soon as we're off the air, not being put on the spot so much, I'm putting Kristen on the spot, but she can definitely dive into it. And the good news is that it is changing in a good way. We are ramping up production, and if the schedule, if Kristen's gut is saying right now December, she's probably right. You do this, you take calls every day, right, Kristen?
I do.
Yes. So, but even if it was December now, like in about 30 days, it could be November because we're gaining. We're in a funky spot right now in a good way, finally. So I hope that helps answer that question.
It does.
All right. And then you mentioned you had a couple other questions or something else we can answer for you real quick?
Oh, no, that was it. Just bringing them into the group, like when to do it. They're happy. They're doing their thing. I'm not really tripping on timing. But for me, it was more like the turnaround time, because I guess people expect, like, okay, I'm ordering it and it should arrive like Amazon style, right? I know you guys custom built everything, so I know it takes time too. So yeah, that was my main question.
Awesome. Well, definitely give us an email, or shoot us an email with your information, and we will get that right back to you. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you for calling. You have a wonderful weekend.
Same to you.
Yep. Bye. All right.
So we have questions if you want.
Yes, please. Whew. That's intense. I forgot
That's
when
my
we
job.
started radio. Huh?
That's my job.
Oh,
No,
boy.
it's just a live.
No,
call
that's a
thing.
local. Hold on. All right. Go ahead.
Sorry, I thought we were going to take some questions. Look, he won't eat the peas.
You need to answer it. Put them on. Oh, did you say? I don't blame you, dude.
Yeah.
So
you
hold
and
on.
Francis have something in
Is this
common.
what I'm smelling? Like, why
Are
does
you smelling
Francis?
something? I washed his feet before the show.
You don't smell that? Why is Francis smell?
Are you hard of smelling?
I'm hard of smelling.
might be
and
undeniable.
You think? Okay. All right. No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Here we go.
I love that chicken.
Welcome to Video Chicken Live. You are on the air. Who are we speaking with?
Hey, Matt, it's Jimmy.
Jimmy! Oh, Jimmy! What's going on, Jimmy?
Yeah, I figured it'd be a good opportunity to ask some good questions on the air. So we have a couple of issues. I think I mentioned it to you in the past. Our new flock they will not get out of the egg hutch, and I don't know what to do. And I have another broody hen.
Oh my God!
So,
which one is it?
Don't do it.
It's the one we brought in and took photos of.
It's Fiona.
Famous Fiona.
She's a golden laced Wyandotte, is it?
If I remember correctly,
It's a blue laced.
Blue laced. Oh.
Yeah, and interesting. John Canfield, who built his beautiful coop on the Carolina Coops forum. He also has that same problem where the chickens are actually, John's problem is that they're laying in the hemp their eggs. And Jimmy's problem is that they're not roosting, right, Jimmy?
They're roosting in the nest box, not getting up on the roost bars. All right, so let's first step back for a minute.
How old are they?
Go ahead.
Kristen, good question.
Are these?
I would have to say 8 to 9 weeks, maybe 10.
Yeah.
I have the same issue, and I actually did Matt's thing with the curtain. Did you see my reel on Instagram, Matt?
Matt, you've got curtains?
No, you had a customer that did a curtain that divided the hen house in half to kind of separate them. But I don't know that this is going to work yet. So.
Oh, this customer years ago swore by it. All right, so can we step back for a minute? Because people are wondering, why are we so excited about it? It's Jimmy. All right, so Jimmy is a customer of ours, started out as a customer. And one of the things I love about just life and business, we become friends with a lot of our customers, a lot of our vendors. And one of our vendors just brought me down a cuckoo clock from New York. I mean, how awesome is that? So we become friends with Jimmy. Jimmy is also, if you guys have been following Video Chicken, he has the Coupe that we did the deep litter clean out live on the air. Okay, so that's right. Jimmy. Jimmy's wife is also our artist. She's the lady that designed this. Speaking of this, did we ever get a final census?
I didn't post it yet, the two for a poll.
Shadows or not shadows? I know Daniel's got to not be happy because I think most people said no shadows, but that's another story. So also, Jimmy has a beautiful American Coupe. And what's funny is this past summer, chicken math is kicked in. And they were letting their chickens free range, but I think they lost one to a hawk. And they said, "Oh, was it a fox? I can't remember." But that they wanted to build a run extension, and that was funny. That was interesting. Of course, they had a hen go broody, so you've convinced them of giving them baby chicks, and they were co-parenting, and then
she had 2 broodies.
Yeah, they were co-parenting, and then one stopped. So fast forward to today, he's saying that his teenage hens. Oh my God! Why do you?
At least it's not on your shoulder.
Oh God! Whatever. Did we ever get a picture of that shirt? So for the people that, oh my God, does that stink?
That's a good healthy poo right there.
For the people that are listening to the podcast later on, we are live right now, but this is not a podcast, but they don't get to see it. A chicken just defecated right in front of me. Anyways, so he's got teenagers, and this is a common problem that they're not jumping up on the roost bar. So Jimmy, with all that said, let me ask you this: how many hens do you have right now from your original flock?
7.
Okay, 7. Now, Jimmy's hen house is a 4x6. So that means he has 2 6-foot roost bars. So at the 1 foot rule, like I like to think of as a king size bed, he's got plenty of room for his younger hens. Now, how many younger hens do you have?
7. Danielle and I have had lots of discussions.
So that's 7 plus 7.
Wow.
Yeah,
no,
so,
known as 12.
If we use the
equals 12.
Use the 1 foot rule. Yeah, I'm 2 hens over the suggested space.
Yeah, but I'm having the same problem, and I have 11 with the 2. So it shouldn't. But what happens if they go on? They get kicked off, and then they're like, forget it.
Yeah, because chicks are. I mean, they're used to sleeping in the chick pile, which is so cute when they just lay in a pile. So that's what they have been doing, and they're transitioning to the roost bar, which is very normal. But you have an established pecking order, and you've got probably some drama, right, Ingrid?
Yes, lots of drama.
Ingrid knows about the drama in the hen house, and so then they just go back to what they were doing before and sleeping in a pile, and they find the safest place, and that's the nesting box.
Okay, couldn't agree more. Excellent and well put. So this reminds me of, the freshmen, their first year in high school, and they're going to the cafeteria. Yeah. They're not, they just get pushed to the side. They can't pick where they sit. Ain't happening. And that's what's happening here too. They're young, and you might need to help them not have such a, be seen to be pushed around, I guess you could say. And that's where a customer years ago, she read online somewhere that she just divided her hen house in half, the 4 foot depth way with a curtain. And she said that made all the difference in the world. And that actually made sense to me. And like you just said, and I saw this one time when I raised a bunch of baby chicks, they were in their brooder in the garage for way too long. And I noticed when we finally put them in the chicken coop, it took them forever to learn to be normal chickens. They were so used to huddling and being flat-footed on the ground. So I couldn't agree more. Jimmy, how old are the younger ones again?
He said
I
about
want
9
to
weeks.
say maybe I'd have to ask Danielle. She has the dates, but somewhere
Of
around
course.
10 months or
Yeah.
10 weeks. Sorry.
Yeah, they're still babies.
They're teenagers.
They're tweens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would put a curtain. I would split the hen house in half and just monitor it, see what happens. But quite honestly, I would just give them more time. They will, as they get a little bit older, get to know each other, make sure they're not stressing out. Run space is so available or so precious if they're not free ranging. But I would give them a little bit more time, and I think they will end up on the roost bars.
Stop it.
Oh, Murphy.
That's
Okay.
I found that.
No, Danielle knocked on the window and the dog went crazy. Sorry about that.
No worries. And then I also wanted to get back to the other thing that got brought up by someone saying, well, my hens are laying in the deep litter,
Right.
not going in the nest boxes. The other thing is, especially when they're learning to go into the nest box, putting curtains in front of your nest box can be helpful. And or maybe there's a lot of fighting going on and they're kicking the younger ones out. They haven't learned to go into the nest box yet. And one of the things you can do is remove the dividers. And I have found just having one big nest box, it makes a huge difference.
Well, in John's case and in the other case that had come up on the forum was they're just starting. So it isn't there's no fighting for the nest box. They're just starting to lay and they don't realize that that's where they're supposed to
Do
go.
you think they even know they laid? Is it almost like a shark? It's like, ooh, what was that?
But
What was
he'll
that thing
have,
that just came up?
like 3 of them.
Oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Like,
I've seen some in the run where it's, they were like running and like, whoa.
Yeah,
That's so
I
funny.
think it happens. It happens for sure. And in that case, I would use a fake egg.
Yeah.
Just a little seed in there.
all right, Jimmy, I hope that helps you. Let me know what you're doing this
Jimmy,
weekend.
Just move them. Move them to the roost bars.
Yeah.
Just physically move them.
I have. I'm just getting tired of
Yeah.
all the droppings in the egg hutch. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm going through Aspen stuff like crazy. I do have another question while we have
Anything for you,
guys on the
Jimmy.
phone.
It's the Jimmy
Stop
Show.
it. Danielle wanted to know.
Well, anything for
We're
Danielle.
still on starter crumble for the baby chicks, but it just gets decimated by the older hens. When can we ditch the starter food and just let them eat normal
Great question.
food?
You know what I do during that period is I get something like flock razor crumbles for that, or something that they both can eat.
Right, and mix it up, or it's already a premix.
Well, it's good for chicks and hens.
Right, because there's a lot of protein in the
Right.
chick feed because they need it for growing, and versus you slow down on the protein as they get older, kick in the calcium, right? Because they're going to start laying eggs.
But the young chicks shouldn't have a lot of calcium.
Right. So I use something like that when they're teenagers or when they're mixed. So
there's a feed that is good for
everybody.
all ages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and just have a little cup of oyster shell for your hens. They'll know to eat it.
Okay, so should I get rid of the layer food?
No, I mean I wouldn't get rid of it.
No, save it.
No.
I
or
use
just
both.
use it up. Use it up.
I
yeah.
use both. I put a thing of chick starter and a thing of layer feed, and while the older hens will go to the chick starter, and vice versa a little bit, for the most part they know what food they need, and they seek out those different feeders.
Yeah.
That's been my experience.
Yeah, just make sure it's unmedicated.
Yeah, but I think
Yep.
I think an all flock type of thing, like an all age thing, like Kristen's saying, would be helpful. Since you have like a half and half.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, Jimmy, I hope that helped.
Yep. Yeah, thanks for your time.
You got it, buddy. Later.
See ya.
All right, so there's a comment that we do definitely need to crank up the volume. We're gonna figure that out, but we're connecting some dots. Hopefully, you guys can hear the caller. We had to figure that out yesterday, and I think we still got it. No one's complaining that they can't. So yeah, let's get to some questions or comments. I definitely appreciate all the questions and comments here. Well, we tried. All right,
we have
answer it and put it on hold.
Okay, all right.
So John is saying
Please hold.
John says that he does have fake eggs in the nest boxes. I don't really. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I know that once one chicken starts doing it, it all seems like
Always
they all know.
remember what are chickens looking for? They need a place that they feel safe to lay their eggs. The eggs are going to be safe after they leave. And it might be just, there could be...
that has happened to me before, and I just put something in the corner to block it.
It could be the type of nesting material,
I mean, I just balled up like an empty feed bag and shoved it in the corner.
Interesting. Because they will seek out the corner.
Yeah. And then when it got nasty and they had better habits, I just threw it away.
All right, you ready to take this next call?
Sure.
All right, so how did you... Yeah, just do that. Now, here, you can say hello this time. Let's see how you do. We're going to turn it all the way. Crank it to 100. Here we go. It's all or nothing.
Let's see. All right. Welcome to Video Chicken. This is Kristen. How may I help you?
Hey, so you guys were talking about, how many chickens you have in coops, or what was the main thing on today?
We're all over the place. What's your name?
Yeah, who are we speaking with?
Okay, so this is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Where are you calling from?
I have one.
What state?
Let's just say Missouri.
Okay, that works for me. Missouri. That was interesting. You work for the government by chance?
City, Missouri area.
Okay, go Chiefs.
Yeah, but so I have one of your guys' coops. It is a Carolina, and I have. You guys are gonna shoot me for this one. I have 64 chickens.
Whoa.
In what size?
In what size coop?
In your your 6x12.
That might be a record. Ding, ding, ding.
let me tell you what I did. So,
please.
In my coop, and this is actually, I'm calling to let you guys know that it's actually worked.
Oh.
Cool.
Interesting.
That's what this show is for. Carry on.
So I basically have three of your guys' roof bars. I bought a third one and added it in there and just made the spacing right for it.
Uh-huh.
And then what I did is I took and made my own roof bar just inside of the run that goes from the front wall to the wall of the coop.
Uh-huh.
And then basically put roof bars off of that. So I basically have a roof bar the full length of the inside of the run. And then I made a chicken ladder, or as I call it, chick-ups ladder, to basically go up to that roost bar. And I just started listening a minute ago, but I had probably 6 or 7 generations of chickens in there. And by generations, it's not every year.
Uh-huh.
It's just different groups that I've raised. And so far, I've never lost a chicken due to predators because of your guys' coop, which I'm absolutely ecstatic about.
Awesome. So glad to hear that.
No,
So he's using his entire coop as a hen house.
Yes, that makes sense. When you really think about it. Ryan, how old is your chicken coop? When did you get it?
I got it in July of 2020. Yeah, July of 2020.
Awesome. Well, I am so happy that you are happy. Thank you for calling in, because that is a textbook reason why I want to do this show, because I know people got to be sick and tired of hearing from us. Maybe not Ingrid, but you're hearing it from a customer. You're hearing it from a chicken person. And yes, this show is brought to you by Carolina Coupe, so I'm going to promote our business. But the way we sell our coops is educating the customer about chickens, and then why it's so important once you understand what chickens want, what type of coop to get, and that there's a lot of information out there and get very confusing, and there's just our customers are our best salespeople. So Ryan, I can't thank you enough for calling in and mentioning that. Now, before I forget, Julie F, hold on.
That's our second comment that just.
Well, hold on, Julie F, this one's for you. That was hilarious. Ryan, I'm not sure if you were reading the comments on the live show, but it was kind of funny when we asked where you're calling from. Julie F goes, he's in the witness protection program.
No, the reason I say it is because I might be over the limit in my area.
Yes, I know how you feel.
I love the rule breakers. Absolutely. Awesome.
I'm in Missouri,
so
too.
you have 5 chickens is what you have. We get it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Was there anything else we can do for you at this time, Ryan?
No, yeah. I just say that I absolutely love your guys' company, love what you guys do, and appreciate everything. And even when you guys were talking about the diaper and everything for the litter, my coop has also been going for that full time, and I have yet to change out the stuff. So.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, folks. I mean, that's coming. We're not paying him. Ryan, I can't thank you enough. That's what I want.
He paid us.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, technically, yeah, that's true. This is what I want people to hear, because if you're on the fence thinking about getting chickens, it can be the best hobby you've ever had. And what we're trying to do here at Carolina Coops is make it as easy as possible for you. So, Ryan, thank you so much for calling in.
I appreciate y'all.
You too. Thanks. Have a good weekend. Bye. All right, so make sure Julie Julie, God, that was funny.
Yeah, Julie, just email Ingrid at Carolina Coops,
Yeah,
your address and shirt size and shirt preference.
I don't know why that was
She's
so
the
funny,
same.
but
She's the one that said that her dogs went crazy with my mournful cat ring.
That was just so funny.
So we have a question here, and I just want to address it because it's
Please.
important.
Yes.
So KB says, can you feed young clucking layer feed even if they have not started laying? And I mean, I would say no. They really shouldn't, because most layer feed is high in calcium. Calcium can damage young chickens. So until they start laying, they shouldn't have layer feed.
Right. You literally give them protein until they start laying, right?
Yeah, it's lower protein as well.
Yes, but I think it's the calcium in the young chicks, which can be very dangerous and even fatal.
Yeah,
Not to be like super scary, but you don't want to do that.
Okay. Great point. Great question. Before I forget, since we were able to take calls now, and I hope everyone's hearing the callers, and I think I'm gonna get an amplifier. We're gonna get this really spot on as far as audio and having an operator. I think I might switch to something else other than Ring Central.
And our own line for it, yeah.
Yes, our own line, our own extension, but so we can call out as well. I asked you a question yesterday. Did you get the answer?
About the rooster that was getting picked on by the hens?
We can call out, Kristen. Did you get the answer?
Oh, I can't do that.
No.
No, I can't.
Everyone out there who understands.
But I don't want to stir up trouble. Everything. Matt is referring to calling Dale.
Dale, why not give?
Dale has left me alone.
Why not? Then let's put the icing on the cake, the nail in the coffin.
Things up.
Let's stir it up.
No. If he fires the first shot, game on. But right now, it seems like we're at a truce. He's leaving me alone. I'll leave him alone.
I think everyone out there would love if we call.
I would love to call Dale.
What if we pretend?
We're not going to right
what
now.
if I pretend that I'm doing a survey for backyard chickens in HOA areas? I'm calling from the National Backyard Chicken Association. Okay, I'm not going to use that word. The American Backyard Chicken Club. And we would just love to get your opinion. What are your thoughts about backyard chickens?
Nope.
Do you think you can smell chicken poo from a mile away?
No, we're not asking that.
Come on. Everyone is going to want to hear. I mean, what does his voice sound like? Is he really a jerk?
I have a recording of the phone call between Dave and Dale.
Oh, that could be good. That could be good. All right, moving on, I guess.
Mike, to answer Mike's question, he said, is the curtain hung parallel to the roost bars or perpendicular?
Perpendicular.
Yeah, and actually, I did it in the middle, so I only made it go. I sent you guys a picture. I texted it to you, so I don't know if you can see it on your phone, but it's only on halfway, so it really covers one roost bar that way. When they go from the opening.
Oh.
So that when they go from.
Can you bring that up?
Yeah, I will. I'll find.
And I guess for the
Where
new
did you
listeners
get
or the
this?
podcast
I
listeners,
made it.
Dale is the self-appointed HOA guy that gave me some harassment last year.
Yes, yeah. we should play those clips and then give Dale a call live. Ingrid, you got to show that. What a great, I don't know if you guys can see that. So there's Ingrid's coop. Yeah, you can't really see it. That is awesome.
I did it halfway because I wanted them to be able to see one roost bar.
Oh, and the fabric is so cute.
Right.
I'm going to make a dress out
we
of
could
that.
sell those. We could sell that communicating curtain, I guess we can call it. If you're just joining us, we are live August 19th, 2022. Today is a special show. We're going back to having you guys call us. If you have a question for us, you want to go live on the air, 919-794-3989, extension 105. Give us a call. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, and then we'll get into your question.
Also, chickens, as you know, like some of the bugs you were talking about, are neophobic.
Neophobic. Do we all remember what neophobic means?
Yeah. Chickens don't like anything new or unfamiliar. So when they walked in there and they saw this curtain, they all kind of freaked out and nobody was getting up on the roost bars.
But at the same time, chickens can be very curious creatures, though.
So some got in, but I have a video. It's on my Instagram reel about them trying to get up and around. I'll probably put it on for Carolina Coupe so everyone can see it. But now that it's been in there for a day or two, they're kind of, but I don't know that it stopped fighting at all.
Oh, Fish and Matt Ryan was trying to call, but he's at work. Oh, I would love to hear one of his calls. You talk about radio in the background. Real quick, too. Yes, we are live. And if you don't have a question for us, you don't want to call in, that's fine. But say hi, share the show, wave hi, tell us where you're watching from. And I did see Misty. Misty, a customer of ours, wanted to call in. I would love to have her on. Misty, give us a call. Would love to talk to her. She had quite the experience, we're going to say. And they did a lot of work on their own in addition to their 6x8 American-style penthouse. Beautiful job. And if you're not, if you're not on Carolina Coupe's Owners Forum, well, that means maybe then you don't own a Carolina Coupe or an American Coupe or whatever. But if you are, you can see the work they did adding on to that penthouse.
The penthouse is the hen house only.
Yes.
Yep, good point. And it's just absolutely beautiful. So, but there were some issues, of course. We stupidly sent out something for a 6x, not an 8x. I don't remember what it was. I felt awful, so we got the parts out to them right away or something like that and sent Misty a hoodie as an apology. And, of course, we didn't have the exact size, so I felt awful about that. I hope it did fit her.
Here's a hoodie you can't use.
But,
we're sorry.
Her husband's in construction, and he was very understanding and just great people to talk to, and I just love that. She's been very active also on that Carolina Coupe's owner forum. And hey, shout out to Misty.
She's
great
got a couple
job
questions,
there.
too.
Yeah, all right, let's.
She asked, do you do chicken and duck houses? What other animal houses have you designs for?
Goat.
We did quail.
Goat.
We've done turkey.
Badly. Turkeys. Yeah, but that's all boring. I'm so over all that. Quail. How hard is it to put a bird in a box? Quail. Quail are great.
Can I tell you that Matt used to build enclosures in our dining room in our apartment? Just putting that out there. We've been building things for quite some time.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any pictures of those moments. One day, Nan came home, and I stained my first communion armoire. I didn't like it. So here I am in the dining room in our apartment, sanding all the stain off this wood, taking it right back to raw wood, and there was red dust everywhere. I didn't do that again. Gosh.
There were no words for that feeling.
She was pissed because Nan's a neat freak. Oh my gosh, is she a neat freak? She walked in here yelling at us. I mean, someone's got to clean it in here.
But we did.
All right, so another question from Misty. My chicken is sneezing, but no swelling to eyes. Should I be concerned?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Sneezing isn't normal.
Sneezing, mouth breathing is also a sign usually, right? When they
there's a lot of signs. Is it not true? And I think I've seen this. Once you see a chicken showing a sign of something that is not right, it's usually too late for them. Not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not always, but it's
like coccidosis. You can recognize that pretty quick. Treat the water. But
I've had luck with the Vet RX for the respiratory stuff, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, you just get the Vet RX and you put it under there. You can put it on their beak, right? And then you can put it in their feathers.
Is that like Vicks Vapor Rub?
Or you can actually, you can give it to them.
I don't remember exactly. Another customer just had the same problem, and I recommended that, and they reported back that it worked. So I don't know.
So what would you say to Misty? Like, what should she do?
I would get Vet RX.
Yeah.
Okay, Vet RX. Vet RX it is, Misty. Keep us posted. Let us know what happens. Also, back to the first question. If anybody out there is ready to be a gopher, a guinea pig for the world's best goat house, give us a call. I know we could have sold them by now. I got to force someone that forces us to get it done. I just
need the pictures.
I know. And the pictures are gorgeous of our
I could have sold a fleet of goat houses by now.
So we have invented the world's best goat house. And the reason why it's the world's best is I've never seen any other goat houses like this. And just like the chickens, we take advantage of what are the natural instincts of goats. And they're a mountainous creature. They go up, okay? So
and it just looks awesome.
I sawed all the lumber for our goat house myself from logs. My poor neighbors. We had log companies or tree surgeons come in to dump logs in our driveway in the city of Durham. These logs were so big it would shake the houses. I kid you not. They were threatening to sue us if we cracked our foundation. I was like, maybe it's time to probably get out of here. But I would actually take these giant logs, risk my life. Now looking back, it was stupid.
Actually, I could take on that hobby. That's not against the HOA rules.
Sawing,
logging.
Yeah, have fun. So anyway, so we sawed up a bunch of our own lumber and built that goat house out of that lumber, and it is beautiful. We need to just get that up, and it's not complicated, but we have just mastered goat houses where you do not have to clean them. Period, and the goats absolutely love it. All right, moving on. So again, we are live. If you have a question for us, give us a call, 919-794-3989, extension 105. We are waiting here if you want to call in. Even if you just want to say hi, make a point, just like, what was it, Ryan? Ryan did that. He didn't really have a question. He made a great point, and 64 chickens, that's insane.
So he added a roost and put more roosts in the run, right? Is that what it was? I was multitasking.
Yeah, he made his run into a giant hen house, which you can easily do if you understand the basics, especially with the storm shields. And my gosh, we're constantly cutting storm shields. People love those so that you can winterize your run and make them so they're nice and cozy.
Talk amongst yourself.
Okay, yeah. What are you doing, Ingrid?
I was going to try to get that picture up for you.
All right. Well, let me get back to comments.
Right.
Picture.
No, they don't like the comments. They said that they like it when you guys are in the center, and
that's fine. But I wanted to read. Oh, you guys do like this? Okay, that's Ingrid's just saying that because she does.
Not. The guy said it better today when you guys are large in the center. Yesterday you were too small and in the corner.
Okay, fair enough. The show is for you guys, so tell us what you want. I don't care.
So
I'm easy.
Mike, it's perpendicular, the curtains. So Laura said, glad I got chickens, but also starting to worry like a parent about diseases. People in other groups show their birds with diseases, and I worry about what to look for. Do we show them what to look for?
Well, generally, you don't have to worry so much if just make sure they have plenty of food and water and space to roam. I mean, just healthy living habits. And then the signs to look for are inactivity, really.
Yeah,
they really don't rest very much. I mean, yeah, they might lay down in the sun and take a little sun bath or a dust bath, but when you start seeing them standing with their tail down or just not moving, or when you pick them up, if they feel weak or thin.
The one that always gets me is a grope throat or whatever it is, where it looks like they're choking. That one just gets to me, being asthmatic. I know they're not choking, but there's something that happens in their throat.
Yeah,
it begins with a G.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. So, all right.
It's tough because a lot of people will say, well, my chicken's doing this. What should I do? And people are like, well, give it this. Treat it for coccidosis. Well, if you don't know if that's what it is, you shouldn't just treat a bird. I think people have to be very careful and also be very aware of that. Like what Matt said, usually when they're showing like severe symptoms, it's probably too late. But also, what is he doing now?
I just love that.
She's wearing her
Misty
hoodie.
says, I'm wearing my hoodie now grocery shopping.
But I looked at my barred rock. She didn't look good one morning. She was kind of standing really still and stooped, and I was like, God, she doesn't look good. And she's 5, and her sister has passed on and stuff. So I'm like looking at her, and then she did like a big poop, and she was fine. So,
all right, we got a call coming in. You gonna answer this one? Don't forget to turn them up. Here we go.
Well, please hold. We have a comment you just pulled up.
Well, yeah, I just thought that was great. That's all.
Joan said one of my girls killed a vole, yay, and then proceeded to run around the yard with her trophy. Chickens are hilarious.
Yes, they are. All right.
We do have a caller. Hello.
Ooh, a lot of background noise. Hi, caller. Can we have your name and where you're calling from, please?
Hey, it's Connie.
Hi, Connie. Where were you calling from, Connie?
Hey, I'm calling from.
You broke up there for a minute. You're calling from where?
How about, is this better?
It is.
Better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What state are you calling from?
North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Just up the road from you guys.
Oh, very nice. That is very close.
Yeah.
How can we help you today?
Hi. Well, I have 6 chickens. They're about 24 weeks old. I started giving them layer feed at about 17, 18 weeks old. And about 3 weeks ago, I started getting eggs, which was great, but they were really tiny. I read that they were called fairy eggs, although they did have a yolk. I'm just wondering, did I feed it to them too early? Because they're still very small. Because I've got large or medium to large egg layers. So I'm just like, am I feeding them the wrong thing, or will this pass?
How small are the eggs? The fairy eggs are tiny.
Yeah, fairy eggs are like teeny tiny.
Yeah. And was it just one, or did you get another one of those?
No, I've got right now, as of yesterday, I've collected 10, and they are maybe 1.5 inches long, and well, let's see, I have to.
That's a pretty good size egg.
Circumference.
Yeah, I mean 1.5 inches. I mean, right here is our golden egg.
Usually in the beginning they're small.
Yes, in the beginning.
And the fairy egg does happen, and it can happen. But the fairy egg is like tiny. It looks like something that would come out of.
Right, then there's a fart egg, right? Don't they call them fart eggs?
It doesn't have the shell.
Yeah, now they did do that. They had the no shell or the membrane.
Right.
But then the next day, this egg's like 1.5 inches, and then the circumference is like 5. If you go all the way around it, it read 5. But I have what I thought was large eggers. I have an Australarp, Orpington, a Jersey Giant, and 2 Brahmas.
My Brahma's eggs are surprisingly small given her size.
So they do start out with smaller eggs, and then as they grow older, the eggs get larger, supposedly, and fewer. So, and it sounds like, and occasionally we do see some, what I call them misfires, when a hen's reproductive system is just starting up. There might be an egg without a shell. There might be a fairy egg, one that's small. She could have dropped it somewhere where she wasn't supposed to. So this is just...
And I'm curious, how hard is the eggshell? Does it seem really, really tough, or is it very thin?
Oh, it's tough. They're all hard so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the couple that had the membrane-like.
Right.
Where did you get?
After that, I haven't had that.
Where did you get their chickens? Did you get them from the farm store, hatchery?
A hatchery in Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's just like in the beginning they're smaller, and sometimes, my tiny little bantam lays like surprisingly large eggs for what you would think.
Right.
Midge, and then my Brahma lays small eggs, and then so the biggest egg I get is from my olive egger, and I think the copper Moran, those lay the biggest. But I mean, but it varies for different people, and different chickens.
Yeah, so just
I wouldn't worry. It sounds like they're okay.
Yeah, give it some time.
Okay, so nothing to worry about.
Not right now. I wouldn't worry. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm enjoying this. I like having the people call in. Nice. I hope out there you guys like it. If for whatever reason you are just joining us, I see the audience is continuing to grow. We are live. You are watching Video Chicken. That means it's Friday afternoon, Eastern anyways, August 19th, 2022. Today is a special show because we are back to being able to have, if you want to call in on your phone, 919-794-3989, hit that extension 105, and we'll bring you on the air if you have a question or a comment. Again, I love when Ryan called in, just wanted to say something. That is awesome.
He had a tip.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I see JG, what size are the max storm shields? Well, they start out at 4x8. And so I guess that would be the max. And we custom cut them on the CNC with all the pre-drilled holes and many reasons for that. But the storm shields, people love them.
Do you custom make them for different sizes?
We can, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. It's going to cost more because you gotta go through the whole design process.
Yeah. Right. And then shipping. they're kind of large for shipping.
Shipping is a nightmare. Good news. Had a great meeting with one of our shipping companies yesterday. I wish people could see every day what we do behind the scenes, off the air, behind closed doors, making deals so that we can pass along savings and good services, we'll say, to our customers, because shipping to Coops, 99% of the time it goes well, but once in a while we do have issues, and we're trying to make sure that I just shoot for 100. Why not? I'm not going to be like, oh, just a couple are pissed off. No, I don't want any pissed off customers. And it was horrible. You guys were in on that call last week.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How about
for the shipping
that?
Company.
Now, may I ask? Let me ask a question, because I don't ever get feedback until someone's really pissed off at me. I mean, what did you think about how we handled that?
Are you looking at me?
Anyone, whoever wants to answer right now, then I'll fill in what I'm talking about.
No, I thought it was well done.
Yeah, I think it was appropriate that we stepped in on that situation.
Yep.
And the situation we're referring to is the freight company told a customer that they needed help to unload the chicken coop, and she said, "Okay, I'll help." And they said, "No, not you. We need 2 men."
And there's so many things wrong with that.
In Dallas, Texas, of all places. Now, if you guys know Dallas women, you don't mess with Dallas women.
That is highly unusual.
That pissed me off. Was I mad?
Several different levels. I mean,
and then she denied it. And then oh my gosh. So, I wanted
every now and then something like that happens, and we have to step in.
We stepped in and
fix it.
And that actually call went well. Dealing with terminals when we do have problems can be a nightmare.
And I got feedback from the customer. I said, "Let me know what happens."
Oh.
And she said it actually went perfectly.
Imagine that.
She didn't have to touch it, and it came off the truck nice and easy.
And you shouldn't have to touch it.
Right. If you are getting a coop from us, you are paying to not have to do anything. If they ask you to help, that's on you. I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't. You shouldn't. And I was hoping to come up with another one. You couldn't, but you could. But don't. Don't do it. We still had that horrible accident that happened in Cape Cod because the driver, not one of our drivers, it was a logistics company, asked the customer to stand at the end to stop this 1,400-pound coop that's 4 feet in the air at the bottom, and came right
catch it. No. You don't catch it.
But that's why I'm still pissed off about that. I don't know what this company. We should call that company. Do you think I can get them on the air?
You have the worst ideas.
Yeah, really. But let's answer some questions.
Maybe our viewers are like, yeah, you know what, Matt? I would like to hear what they have to say.
We're not touching that one. I'm sure Non would chime in if she could.
She's not chiming in?
I'm sure she'd be saying muskrat right about now.
Yeah.
Laura has another question. I was mentioned to cut grass and leaves in the run with composting. To help with the composting, the poop. Do you worry about other bird diseases by throwing that in the run?
There's always a chance. But I wouldn't.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Because there's wild birds out where your
everywhere.
Chickens are.
Yes.
Anyway, it's, I think if you start worrying about everything.
The biggest mistake is to start worrying about everything.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Everything's going to go great.
And sometimes something does go wrong and you lose a chicken and you didn't notice they were sick and you don't know what happened, and don't beat yourself up over it.
Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah, I was going to get to that one next.
Beautiful picture, too. Danielle Tucker. Question. I love that you guys put question there. That definitely helps us. Do you all think adding ceiling fans to my run would be beneficial, necessary for my chickens? I am in South Carolina. Our run will be covered with metal roof like you all suggest. Okay, so this brings me back to a great lesson I learned.
What's that?
Going back to that brooder that I had in my garage, and the chickens were there for like 16 weeks. Like, it was just absurd. I noticed, because I free range, I was putting them in the coop, and they would keep coming back to the garage. I'm like, get out of here. But I knew they were coming back there because they're like, well, dude, this is where we were living. So I didn't mean to do this, but it was warm out, and I turned on the ceiling fan in my garage. They ran out of there so fast and never came back again. And it made sense. They would think it's a hawk or some type of aerial predator.
Yeah, very sensitive to aerial predators.
Yeah, so Danielle, I would say I would not at all add a ceiling fan to your run.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing you don't think of until it's too late.
Yeah. So, and I've often told people, if you don't want to do a motion sensor sprinkler like we did in Florida, and we kept getting sprinkled on. Sorry, chicken. Put a ceiling fan on your front porch or whatever, and they will definitely not come near you. But you do not need it in your run. Your run should be wide open, plenty of air, just as if they are outside.
Oh, Francis.
So you want to try?
Yeah, keep it coming. Keep it coming. We'll wait until
So
another.
Leah says, I guess, what can I do to get deep bedding in the run when it rains in Florida if the run is made elevated with native sand, drain pipes, and gravel underneath the deep carbon material bedding? I'm not sure I understand what's going on there.
All right, well, let's talk about this because this gets tricky. I think she's saying, what can I do to get the deep bedding in the run? All right, so she wants to deep litter inside the run area, which is a great idea. She's in Florida. So Florida, well, it's a whole nother world. It's very sandy in most of Florida. And it rains a lot. And you just dig a little bit, you're hitting groundwater. So she said it rained in Florida. If the run is made elevated, okay, so good. You elevate it. That's huge with native sand.
She's got drain pipes and gravel underneath.
French drain. Yeah, so she's making sure water's going to take the path of least resistance. The worst thing you can do is have sitting water in your run. So I would have to say, if you're trying to achieve the deep litter method inside your run, you need to start over again.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they've elevated it with, maybe not start over. Okay, so they elevated it maybe on, I'm picturing a knoll, like a flat little raised island, which, okay, fine, with native sand. But then... then put a base underneath it. Go,
Is it
4
full
by...
of sand already?
Well, most likely, yeah. 'Cause that's what it is in Florida.
Yeah, but sand isn't going to compost.
Right.
I agree.
I would layer
I
on
wasn't
top
allowed
if
to
you
finish my
could.
statement.
Oh.
I'm
sorry. I had so many things going on in my brain.
Yeah, me too.
So I just had to, I was listening. Though.
Oh, is that a mock?
I think it is.
Wow. I'd like, have my brain.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it on a base. If you don't want to remove your elevated sand bed, which that'd be a pain in the butt to do that, then put it on a base, a pressure-treated base. Go 6 inches, 12 inches. You go 12 inches, that's going to be really nice. But remember, you got to step up into it. Go get some pressure-treated lumber, make a nice little base, put your coop back down on top of that, and then call your local nursery. They're going to have, most likely, what you want is some nice topsoil or mixed in with hardwood mulch. Advanced composted hardwood mulch is, I think, our technical term we use a lot. But don't overthink it again. Boy, I tell you, I mentioned that to customers, and they're like, okay, what's the recipe? Where we're breaking it down like, okay, 1% little tiny pebbles, 10% topsoil. What are we at? Then 89% hardwood mulch. Yeah. And then fill that inside the run of that raised bed.
Yeah, and if it's a run with sand at the bottom, because that's what the regular, what the ground is, I would layer.
No.
the stuff
Okay, so
on
someone
top.
wants to know if this chicken's drugged. No.
No.
Let's explain why this chicken will just sit here.
Yeah.
My daughter Elise has trained this chicken. Yep.
Elise can walk up and catch wild birds. Like, she is a bird whisperer.
Yeah. So she will pick one out of each batch and say, this one's mine. And she'll take it in her room, and they'll read books, and they'll do stuff together, and we'll watch TV together. And of course, she's got this little thing. So she's held it probably every night.
Jeffrey Cruz, he's the Facebook Carolina Coops owner forum, right?
Yes.
And we had him on the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do the coops need to be hurricane proofed? What is the definition of hurricane proof?
I guess
is there really such a thing as hurricane proof?
So they don't blow away, I guess.
Probably. That's what I would say.
Right. Okay. So there are, more and more new building standards to hopefully withstand up to a certain speed of wind. And we have had to do that where the local town said it's got to withstand hurricane force winds. But even then, I've seen where those winds exceed it and just rip these houses to shreds. Even scarier are these tornadoes that come through here. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget down in Sanford or somewhere years ago, shredded a Lowe's just literally shredded the metal. It was crazy. But do the coops need to be hurricane proofed? I wouldn't say they need to be, but if you're in an area where you have a high chance of hurricanes, it is a good idea to do the things to withstand those winds as much as possible. Hopefully that answers that question. All right, so again, we are live. It's already past 1. If you want to call in, have a question for us, 919-794-3989, extension 105. I actually thought, I guess maybe people kind of died off, or maybe they're scared to call in.
Yeah, I would have thought we got more calls.
Yeah, I mean, well, Kristen did kind of red button a couple of them. I don't know.
One or two.
Give us a call if you have any questions, but we got a lot of comments here, so I definitely appreciate it. Just good anchoring. Well, yeah, so anchoring, and there's a lot more to it. It does start with anchoring, and anchoring can be tethering it to the ground, to tethering it to a concrete base, and the concrete is going to add a lot more weight, but you don't want your roof to rip off. So if you got your framing of your coop anchored down really, really well, our roofs are screwed down on, so well that we've seen the whole thing blow away together. And that was actually a good thing because they're able to just tip their coop back over and they're back in action. Imagine you got the bottom anchored down so well that the roof will separate from the actual coop. And if it did that, that's major force from the winds. But it can happen, but that's where you got your hurricane ties. You can always add that, and that's what towns have had us add just to give them peace of mind.
What happened with that coop that had all those regulations in California?
Oh, yeah, and Joshua Tree?
Joshua Tree, California.
Yeah. Have we started that one yet?
Yeah, there's a lot of white hairs. I lost hairs because of that one. So lucky for us, we had our customer who's also a licensed structural engineer in California and just did an amazing job at doing drawings so that the county was satisfied. Let's just put it that way. We had to get in the fire resistance, resistant fire. I forget the technical term, seismic with earthquakes, and just, oh my God, it got nuts. It's a success.
Good. So Kelly asks, I'm thinking of making my run bigger, but can only make the run bigger on the concrete part of my garden. What would you put on top of the concrete? I'd like to make it as low maintenance as possible, and I just want to add that there's steps as well, so I can't get rid of the concrete.
Don't. It's not even worth it. That's just my answer. Why? Don't. It's not worth it. Remove the concrete.
Maybe there's a chicken tunnel solution.
Going over top of it?
No, a chicken tunnel to somewhere else.
That's what I mean. Going over top of it to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have to build up like a sandbox, if you would. Oh, there's a call. Build up like a sandbox and then fill that up with soil. But I wouldn't. It just would not be worth it. We just had a call come in.
Hello. Welcome to Video Chicken.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. What is your name?
I'm Danielle.
Hi, Danielle. Where are you calling from?
I am in South Carolina.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a question?
Yes. So my question for you is perfect to call in for this question in particular because it's kind of hard to put into just a small sentence. But we're planning out our yard and trying to figure out what size run/free range space that we want to give our chickens for this coming spring. And we were thinking that our free range space that we wouldn't allow them to be in, like would be a fenced in section of our yard, would be like 3,000 square feet, roughly. I mean, we have a couple acres and we want to do garden and other things with it. So do you guys think that sounds good for about maybe 15 chickens? Or is that not enough free range space?
That sounds like a lot.
That's quite a bit. And this reminds me of, remind me to bring up this point later on. I'm not going to get into it now, but I'll never forget a guy harassing me about what is the definition of free range. He took the word free to a whole nother level. But, that is a good question because we talk a lot about, what is the bare minimum for run space per hen. And again, the industry standard being 10 square feet. And this is industry standards, what most people are going to tell you, even though we don't like that. You want as much as possible. But when it does come to the free range space, we had this conversation come up the other day with a school that hopefully we're going to be doing a beautiful big coop for. It's a big project and she's fencing it in. That was the same question. Mm-hmm. So, there's huge benefits of free ranging. And, we never really talked about what would that number be? So 3,000, if we put this in perspective, so 3,000, that's a lot. Like if you went 10 by 300.
Way more than I had.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so let's try to put this in perspective. So if we did, that's huge. Like if you did, I got to see.
That much. And when we look at it, that's why I was like, are you sure that's enough? I don't know. But, I mean, that's good. That means there's more land for other things that we want to do.
Yes.
I want to make sure we build a fence that it's enough space. So.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's clear or wooded, but chickens do enjoy some cover with, shrubs or trees.
Right. And you can make that if it's not there.
Right.
Because that's what I did. I had just a blank slate and I kind of planted stuff in there. But that's plenty of space. And it's funny because Danielle and I both, we had different situations with giving chickens room. So because I gave them less room from the beginning and then I slowly increased it, they tend to stay by the coop. Because Danielle, Jimmy's wife, and Jimmy, they let their chickens free range, and now they built that other section that they want to just keep them in when they're not home to keep them safe. The chickens don't like it. So it's almost like you can continually give them more space, but if you give them a ton of space right from the beginning and then you have to pull that back for some reason, that's when the chickens seem to get annoyed.
Oh, yeah.
So just to keep that in mind for people when they're new chicken journey.
As my father always says with employees, once you give it, you can't take it away.
So if it is a wide open space too, I think chickens might prefer a smaller space with more nooks and crannies, and more things to eat and,
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not always quantity.
Right.
Quality is important. Give them the things that they got to make a little forest.
Right.
If there's a couple trees in there.
They're not necessarily going to be comfortable with a wide open pasture.
Yeah, you're better off with a smaller wooded area than you are a wide open pasture. That's another great point. So to kind of put that in perspective, I had to do some number crunching. And again,
that was some
don't
aggressive.
Well, don't laugh at me because
aggressive.
I don't do numbers like these other people can just calculate in their head. But number two, who in the world spilled honey all over my calculator, my favorite keyboard, or my favorite calculator? I couldn't push the buttons down.
It was probably your sticky coffee.
Anyway, so roughly like this is.
Look, we got the picture of the
Yeah, she's about to share it.
Okay,
30 times 100. So you think about 30 feet wide, 100 foot long. That's a huge area. But Danielle, hopefully that makes sense. That's a lot of room. But keep in mind what it is that chickens really want. So quantity doesn't always trump quantity.
And you can put like tree stumps and other things. There's things you can do to make it interesting too in a space.
I think I said that backwards. Quantity doesn't always trump quantity. It's the other way around. So there is. Oh, go ahead.
If I ask one more follow-up question to that, if that's possible.
Absolutely, go ahead.
With the square footage, I love the idea, like you said, of adding some other shrubs and trees and such to give them some shelter. But do you expect that they would tear the grass up like immediately, or would laying them out for a couple hours a day maintain somewhat green, so it's not just like a muddy pit? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. How many chickens did you say again?
We're probably going to start out with 8 and eventually get to about 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you're good.
They will. I mean, in a small area, they will tear up the grass, but in 3,000 square feet, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I've got wonderful grass in my yard.
If anything, they're going to help it.
But, the sunny part. But that's not where the chickens tend to be. They're not in the sunny part.
All right. Thank you for calling in, Danielle.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, here's my curtain for people watching the show.
There it is. So you didn't go the whole way
because it's right smack in the middle, and I didn't. If they came in the door and saw a curtain, I was afraid that they wouldn't know to go left or right. So we wanted to keep the one roost bar completely open so they could all be on that roost bar. And then I think my hope with this would be that there would be a big enough empty space that I could eventually take the two littles and put them on the roost bar, and they won't be seen by other birds, and they can kind of like just get used to roosting. But it was another excuse to use this ridiculously cute fabric I bought a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it's great. That's absolutely
I'll be wearing
awesome.
that next week.
But that's the idea, and I can move this. This is a cheap curtain rod that's a tension rod, and I can move this to different parts of the coop and have it the whole way. But yeah.
No, I
So-
think
Yeah,
that's
report
great.
back to us
Please.
if that works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
let us
it will.
know.
Hopefully it will.
So a lot of questions coming in. I can't thank you guys enough. And we definitely have a couple more minutes to take a couple more calls. So if someone else wants to call in, 919-794-3989, extension 105. It is 1:19 Eastern. We'll probably go for about another 10 minutes. So we could definitely take another question or two. Would love to do that. But we got a lot of comments and questions coming in. I love that. And I see, hold on. I'll say it. I can. Because we have a Chinese death trap, I'm assuming she's talking about the Chinese coffin coops. When it gets over 100 degrees, how did she get the degrees in there in the text?
There's short codes for that.
Really, this summer we put a small rechargeable fan outside the window of the coop at night and blowing on the ice block and the run during the day. So that must have helped. I mean, yeah, there's definitely little things you can try to do, but you got to keep them cool. Also, I wanted to go back to something, a thought that popped in my head, going back to our customer Misty that said she was going to call in, but she is wearing her hoodie. It occurred to me, she's wearing her hoodie out shopping right now. Well, she's out shopping, watching the show. I thought that was funny.
So Dixie said, should coops have a wind barrier on one side, like a green wall, or should everything be wide open? I'm in Southern California.
The key word is should, and I would say no, it shouldn't. If it had to, we would include that with our coops. But in Southern California, especially not. The only time you want a wall on the run is to block cold wind.
And snow.
And snow. And sideways rain. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do not need, I mean, I don't know.
A
what
little rain would be fine.
But a green wall, I mean, it wouldn't hurt, especially if you got it on the south side. You don't have to, but it wouldn't hurt. Especially if the run's big enough, you're not overcrowding with chickens. And a green wall, I'm assuming that's growing something on the wall.
That's what
right?
I think so too.
Yeah.
So Laura says, okay, if I'd like to free range to some extent, how do you keep them from flying over the fence? We are in a corner house with a road going all around, which is just like me, afraid of them flying over as well as hawks above.
Okay, what are you doing with all this chicken poop that you keep wiping up?
I'm just putting it over here. I'm wadding it up and putting it over here.
You're not deep littering on the table?
No.
I've
You
seen
had
you do-
that whole thing of hemp there.
Well, I've
didn't you?
seen you do that before. Like, oh, I'm just gonna put a napkin over, and I'm deep littering.
So she
That-
wants to free range.
Mhm.
She's like me. She's got a corner lot with the street. She's afraid of them flying over, and she's also afraid of the hawks.
Yes.
Which is my exact situation.
Yes.
And what do you think?
I would say, well, I mean, people will always say if you want a free range, you can clip their wings so they don't fly over like a 4-foot fence, which is normal. I started out with a 4-foot fence and ended up going to an 8-foot fence, and then putting the netting underneath.
Is that because they were flying over?
It was because I knew that I couldn't. Yes, and it was also because I didn't want to have to be out there. I knew it wasn't enough protection at 4 feet.
So, yeah, you clip their wings, which is really easy to do. It'll minimize them from being able to fly up and hop over.
And some people say to clip one wing.
Shorter fences. That is correct.
And well, go ahead.
No, that's all right. Go ahead and chime in.
Okay. Well, and I have a tip about fences.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
So then some people say only do one wing because that really screws them up because they're lopsided, and people are going to really have questions when they come over and visit your chicken flock.
It's not really noticeable because they tucked their wings.
But it was kind of funny.
Oh.
Okay. And then number 2 or 3, whatever number I'm on, then people will say, oh my gosh, that's cruel and inhumane. You clip their wings, you are decreasing their chances to get away from predators.
I mean, that is something to think about.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, now go on.
And for fences, it is so much better to have, I would say, do not have something flat on top of the fence.
Do you whiten your teeth?
These are very personal questions.
How are your teeth so white?
I have good dental hygiene.
Wow.
Okay, so
you got some pretty
don't
white teeth.
don't have something flat on top of your fence. I've had much better luck with a shorter picket fence than I have with a taller fence with a board on top. A wire fence as well. They don't tend to go over those because it doesn't have anything flat for them to land on. Because chickens don't have sustained flight, they have they fly up to roost on something, so they'll fly up and land. Typically, I mean they can fly over fences. I'm not going to say it's never going to happen, but it's just a tip that the top of your fence could matter more than the actual height.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we used to address that when I did I was trying to go the whole show, not ever referring to that as a bug guy, but I did a lot of bird work, and that was a big part of keeping birds off of certain areas. Thank you. I see Ben is showing off. What are these shortcuts? TM, Omega, Heart?
How do you think I do the little registered trademark?
I don't have a clue.
You can do on a Mac if you hit Option and V, it gets a check mark.
Wow.
There's a lot.
You guys are so smart.
It's called Google. It helps. You can figure out anything.
So hold on. Speaking of hemp, all right. So I see there's a comment from a Chris Neal. Anon, I don't know if you're on the phone, if you're still listening right now. We had a customer. So we've sold a lot of this new hemp, a lot. And did we not go live? Open it up. I mean, is it not amazing stuff?
I agree, Ben.
Ben, I was starting. I was starting to like you.
I was just explaining to him because he has a Mac. I've had both, so yes.
So. We've had a complaint from a customer saying they don't like the hemp. I got to call them. I can't believe it, but there's also been a lot of other comments to things that maybe I don't know how much merit. But if you have bought our new hemp, please let us know what you think. Good, bad, and the ugly. I really need to know because I don't want to keep buying truckloads of this hemp if you guys are not happy with it. But I tell you, all the bags we've looked at, stuff has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, he's also made, I think, saying something about it giving the bird a respiratory infection, which you can't, like, that's a viral thing.
Laura, we ship hemp to...
I think that was in reference to the humans.
Oh, what did I just miss?
I thought it was the chickens. Even so, if it was for the humans, it's still viral. It's not caused by hemp.
Laura, we can get hemp shipped to Oregon. We ship it out west all the time. I know it's not the cheapest stuff in the world, but again, making deals behind closed doors. Right, Ingrid?
Yes.
Yes. It's about to be on Amazon again, if not already.
Not already.
Amazon pushed it back.
Well, really?
Oh, like, whoa, what are you selling, CBD? So,
are you not allowed to sell CBD on Amazon?
I don't know.
You are not.
Maybe not in 33-pound quantities.
God. But yeah. And you know, when people are going to go buy hemp, do we want them to go to Amazon? Do we want them to buy it from us? Because we don't make crap when you sell something on Amazon. I mean, you're literally whoring yourself out when you sell something on Amazon. But I want our products on Amazon, so people go, oh, who's Carolina Coops? But free shipping.
We had to build that in.
Yes, there is no such thing as free shipping, but we do have people think that. It's crazy. There's no such thing as free shipping.
Can we say that there's nothing that's free ever?
No, let's not go there. Let's not go. We're still recovering. Roger Waters.
Yeah, how that
you
I sent you the what? Never mind.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. I was so disappointed.
So Benjamin says, Matt, you hinted at a solution for the sharp edges on the roof of the egg box. Have you already shared that?
Officially? Well, have I? I shared it in-house.
You shared it at our meeting.
Team meeting. Mm-hmm. It was pretty sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I should have just done it years ago. I mean, the solution always ends up being your first one. It's the best one. It's the simplest solution. As far as idea, execution, it's not horrible.
It looks good too.
Thank you. So, and how are we going to do this? Are we going to just offer people, because we got to now roll that into the price of the new Coops, put it in with the
Coop. We're trying to decide every time, just so people understand, every time we do make a decision, whether it's for shipping or buying or the golden egg, if people ask, there's all these other logistics that happen. So it's not just like, and we can just put it on the website and bang, it happens. There's all these things involved in it. So it's, if we're going to make a fix or an improvement or some kind of design thing for the egg hutches, how do we deal with previous customers and things like that? So there's a lot of things, but Matt has come up with a wonderful solution.
Thank you. So we're going to offer it to our existing customers. It's not going to be terribly expensive. Not everyone needs it, but if you do feel you need this egg hutch roof guard,
explain to people what it is.
No, I don't know if I want to yet. Okay. Not until it's official. But if you are someone that's like, yeah, man, I do want this, and I get it. It will be available very, very soon, and then it will be implemented into our regular production. But of course, we got to roll that into the price. Yada yada yada.
It's still not foolproof though. Like if you go running full speed at it, you're still gonna bunk your head, and it's still gonna hurt.
You run full speed into a wall, it's gonna hurt.
And that's flat usually.
And this is flat.
Ish.
Anyways, there was a point I was going to make, and someone was just asking, about converting a horse shelter into a coop and run, dirt floor stays damp, what would you recommend to build it up or fix the dampness? That's a tough one because you got to always figure out where the moisture is coming from and eliminate that. But it could be coming up from the ground. It depends on where you live. You don't want it. Dampness isn't always awful, but you don't want it so damp that it's out of whack, that the microbes can't do their job. So that's kind of a tough one to answer there for you, Nathaniel. But in a horse stall, so a horse shelter. Oh, maybe one of those horse shelters that are out in the middle of the paddock or the pasture.
Yeah, like
maybe that they're talking about.
Yeah. Run in or something.
Make sure the water isn't
I'm not
running
a horse
off,
person.
going through it. Yeah, there could be so many scenarios there.
Could be surface tension.
All right, it is 1:29. You want to hammer through some of these last questions and comments?
If you have 2 ducks and 4 chickens, how large of a Carolina coop should you have built? This is like one of those questions on the SATs. You're in a train and there's 2 people and it's going this many miles. Is it safe to keep them together? And would a 25 by 25 foot free range area? They would have a 25 by 25 foot.
The free range area sounds good.
Yeah, that's what I have.
4 chickens in a Carolina coop sounds good. And the ducks, they're not going to go in the coop. They're not
going to go into the hen house.
But they're going to probably shelter underneath.
Yeah. So I would say a 6 by 12 coop would be the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's pretty simple. But I mean, ducks are a whole nother world. Very doable. I love my ducks. I prefer duck eggs over chicken eggs.
So you would, they will probably lay underneath the hen house as well.
And a lot of times that's when, or just put a duck house on there.
Yeah.
Like what we do.
And if they do, you're going to be crawling under there or having some sort of shoehorn or something on a handle to try to get those eggs.
All right, so it is 1:30. Ingrid's kind of poking back through, but if there's anything else we got to get to, please feel free. However, so we have talked about possibly taking a break from the show.
Yeah.
Is that official?
Well,
start season 3.
It would help us to
do that.
It would help us to figure out the whole call-in sitch. So.
Oh, I figured that out in 5 minutes.
No, I mean we need a designated
only
number.
punishing me and Kenzie and Kristen who have to answer all the calls on that.
Do they when they call and you take a sales call? Because Nan says this all the time. Mackenzie says, but I don't ever hear you say it.
Say what?
That people are calling in and be like, you didn't do video chicken. Where were you, Kristen?
Because she's sitting at the table with you.
I think everyone wants us to call Dale.
No, they actually said not to.
Yeah.
But they did say hashtag down with Dale.
So I do have bad ideas.
That does have to go on a T-shirt, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of T-shirts, so great job on the website, too. All the T-shirts are on there. I see people are buying some shirts. I don't know if I'm going to put the Don't Peck on Me shirt on the website.
People are asking for it.
If they're asking, do we? Do I have?
Just give me the amounts and sizes, and I will put it on the website.
But that's the easy part.
And
I
do
know
another
that.
run. I'm not sure if we got the colors right.
Oh, no, the green is awful. So I'm slightly
Should we put the definition as per Google of the Gadsden flag?
No, I don't think we want to make that direct reference.
Exactly.
It's better off being subtle.
Right. But I don't.
And if you don't like it, don't buy it. There's another one.
But then they're going to hate Carolina Coops.
Right. So people who are maybe not in the know of the Googled definition, at the very least, may think badly about us.
Right.
All right, then don't sell
So it's probably just a bad idea. Ingrid was right. I shouldn't have even made those shirts. No, I love those shirts. I love those shirts. I don't think I'm going to put them on the website. You just can't. Everything's got to be neutral. I'm just not allowed to have an opinion. I can't wait till I retire and I'm allowed to have an opinion again. But until
Back
then.
to the Frank Rizzo show.
Oh, yeah, the Frank Rizzo show. It will live. Anyways, so, okay, 1:33. All right, so we are going to have a show next week, it sounds like Nan said.
We're going to build a chicken coop in the front yard.
We have to get the permit first, please.
We can make it movable. It's temporary.
We still have to have a permit, please.
So we may have a show next week. We may not. Let's just put it that way. We'll figure it out like at Thursday at 4:00 like we did this week.
We can have it on site.
If you don't have a fresh live show, just like regular daytime television, you can do previously recorded.
Okay.
Jeff, your wife needs her coop. Mm-hmm. There you go, Dixie. I'm not sure if that helped or not. That's funny. Oh, yeah, that's funny. All right. Anyways, all right. You ready to get out of here? I mean, it was fun. We'll perfect this. We'll get more people calling in, hopefully. And,
wait, I had an idea for being on site somewhere. I don't know if that's fun.
People want a show next week.
Yep.
The problem with on-site is this show does require a lot of bandwidth, and I don't like when the quality's not there. Okay. And then Ingrid, got to make Ingrid happy. She's got to approve of everything.
Oh, and people are asking for more making Matt eat stuff. So are we further?
This was enough torture right here.
We have another growing season
the
upon
smell,
us.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking of bringing in the passion fruit.
Oh, yeah. And I have a new batch of pemmican for you.
No, I'm not eating pemmican.
What about figs? Do you eat figs?
He will eat figs for the show.
Okay.
Oh, I will.
Yes.
Don't tell me what to do, because then I won't do it.
Oh, well, you'll do it.
Okay, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, you'll do it.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Have a safe rest of your Friday. Have a happy weekend.
Yes, love your chickens and each other.
There you go. We'll see you next week, I think. Later.